We do it live. We do it live. We do it live. We do it live. I am your man's Nic Rattlehead. And somewhere off in California is my man's with the master plan 100 grand. Only you, me, and God knows how much I love him, man. Is the guy, Matt the Graff, the original beard. And we would like to welcome you to Aftershock Reviews, your place for the great, awesome extreme music reviews. And today you can feel my excitement. I hope you can. I hope you can see it in my face too, because I have been anticipating this album since last year, bro. When I found out that it was going to be dropping, we have today Lucifer 3 by the band Lucifer. Ooh, bro. Now, contrary to what you might think, I don't know if, like, for the new uninitiated people, it sounds like it's a heavy metal band, right? It sounds like some type of weird death metal band, right? No, what they are is a hard rock extravaganza. It's fun. Let me. So they came out with their first album, and it was more along the lines of a traditional Doom album, right? And yes, it has a little bit of Black Sabbath worship in there. Good stuff, good stuff. But Lucifer 2 took that and said, okay, cool. We did our salute, right? We did that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do 70s rock. 70s, it is nothing but psych and occult rock put together with Johanna Sadonis's voice in the forefront. That's the whole album. It was marvelous. They wore all of their inspiration on the tip of their sleeve, man, like right here on the cuff. But now we have Lucifer 3. And what is it? How is it, Nick? I'm glad you asked me, dear friend. I really am, because I'm going to tell you right now, and no surprise to anybody, I love this album. At first, I was just like, you know what? This is good. This is good. No. I was tripping. This is great. So let's go down real quick. Let's actually talk about the band's lineup real quick. Now, I have their names pulled up here because I know I'm going to butcher their names. So I have them pulled up. I have them. I'm going to try and read them. Check this out. So I have Johanna Sadonis. That is the lead singer of this group. I have Nick Anderson. This guy also is a part of the band Helicopters, and for your death metal guys, Entombed. Oh yes, dude, and he's playing like guitars and some percussion and some bass. He's awesome. We have Mark Norden on here. Linus, see, here's where I'm going to start butchering things. Linus Bjorklund. I hope I got that right. If I did, yes. And then we have Mr. New Bassist Man, Harold Gothblad. Gothblad? I hope I said, I hope one of those pronunciations is right. Enunciations is right. However we want to say that. This band make up this new lineup for Lucifer, and I'm telling you right now, what they did is they said, okay, you know what? We were really having a good time with this 70s rock vibe that we were going for with Lucifer 2. Songs like California Sun and Dreamer, things of that nature, right? And now what they did was they kind of pulled, and check this out, follow me here. They kind of pulled a Michael Jackson, if that makes sense. Because, and follow me here, because what they did was they took what was on Lucifer 2, right? And expanded on it and blew it up and put more shine on it and put a little bit more gloss on it and made it more extravagant, right? Kind of like how Michael used to do. Because let's really look at Thriller versus Bad so you can understand my comparison here. Thriller had the collaboration, the one with Paul McCartney, The Girl Is Mine. You had your rock song. You had your thematic title track. And then you had the huge, like the nice ballad, and then the huge radio single. You see what I mean? Bad did the same exact thing. If you really look at Bad is nothing but Thriller, just blown up. That's all it is. It's just blown up. So instead of having Paul McCartney now as our featured artist on there, we had Stevie Wonder, and he was even trying to push it even further, because on Can't Stop Loving You, the original people he really wanted was Barbra Streisand or Whitney Houston. What we got was Sida Garrett, the one who actually helped write the song as well, which I'm not complaining, the song was amazing. And instead of having Beat It as our rock song, right, we had Dirty Diana, which is Beat It turned up to 12. That's what it is. You see what I mean? Our pretty ballad, which we had, like, I think on Thriller we had two, like Lady in My Life and Human Nature. On Bad we had I Just Can't Stop Loving You. and Liberian Girl, right? But you see what I'm saying? It took the ideas that were on Thriller and expanded on them. Same thing here. So I know for some people it might feel a little bit rinse and repeat, if that makes sense. But let me tell you something. This album is fun. Now we start off with the first track called Ghosts. Ghost was great. Now, they debuted like any pure rock band does. Any rock band worth their salt always test some of their songs, especially the big ones that they think are going to be like the really huge hits, they test them on the road. And that's exactly what they did here. They took Ghosts, and Ghost starts out with like these echoing guitar strums. It goes like dun dun dun, and then it fades into the background, and then it strums the chord again, and then it just starts to go. And it is a foot stomping, thigh slapping good time. I tell you what, with this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful riff. Oh my gosh. And then forefront in the mix, the thing that all of the instrumentation surrounds is her voice. Johanna's voice, yet again, just like Lucifer 1, just like Lucifer 2, is the star of the show. So much so that it seems like her voice is like in the forefront and then the rest of the instruments are layered behind it, right? Not complaining, because at this point Lucifer is cognizant, like, okay, cool, she has an amazing voice. And Nick Anderson and the rest of the co are like, you know what, all right, let's build the rest of our castle, let's build the rest of this structure around that. And they do a good job with a great chorus, a catchy hook. Midway through the track, it kind of slows down a little bit and it hits you with some really dope hits with a piano. The piano is now starting to make its appearance when it's being hit with the kick drum and the bass and the guitar. Matter of fact, hold on real quick. Let's talk about Mr. Harold. Well, I'm going to make sure I say his name again. Mr. Harold Bland. Him. Let's talk about him real quick. When it comes to Lucifer, we're 3 albums in now. We already know, like, Johanna's voice is phenomenal. Nick Anderson is a genius. The soloing from all the guitarists who've been in Lucifer have been phenomenal. But that bassist is amazing. I've seen them live twice. I saw them live presently this year before, all the goofiness started happening with us, staying home, wash your hands. And I tell you something, man. He is an unsung hero when it comes to this album. Because at the end of the day, just like any 70s rock, it takes a lot of inspiration from the blues, right? Because rock is nothing but a progression from the blues, right? That's all it is. And when you're playing that type of rock, it really relies on its rhythm sections, or really relying on the percussion and the basses to push the songs forward, right? To push them and keep our heads nodded, keeps our toes tapping, makes it groovy, gets a real sense of groove, right? And a real sense of structure. This bassist, Harold, let me tell you something. His bass lines and his ability to stay in the pocket and make these things insanely groovy. And I'm gonna get into, Coffin Fever, and I'll get into Flanked by Snakes. I'll get into Flanked by Snakes in a second. He almost makes this album go for me, right? Because yes, I'm already expecting the soloing, but like his playing is phenomenal and it keeps us on track. And I absolutely love it. Go here. Yes, Harold. Now, let's talk about Midnight Phantom really quickly. That song is just downright cool. Oh my gosh. They come in, man, and she even incorporates some sighs and some good clapping in the riff. Can we talk about I know I tried to mimic a riff on my last review, and it was terrible. But Matt got a kick out of it. So did I. So I'm going to do it again. The riff goes like this. Check it out. Check this out. It goes like. It's cool. It is so cool. I want to go get some bell-bottom jeans. I want to go get some leather boots. And I want like a skin. I'll probably wear this shirt. Hell. And I just want to like smoke a cigarette with my shades on and just vibe to this song. It is so much fun. It is so cool. And it is so cognizant of all of their inspiration. Dag nabbit. There is so in this whole album, and they're just in their discography, period. There is so much Blue Oyster Cult. There is so much heart. There is so much Fleetwood Mac. There is so much of everything that made 70s rock so doggone awesome. Everything. And yet again, we have to go back to Johanna's voice real quick, because check this out. Check this out. They got the logo of Rush, right? Lucifer's logo is very reminiscent of Rush, right? Matter of fact, check that out. You see? Very reminiscent, right? But then on top of that, her voice is just like, it's like Heart and Fleetwood Mac said, we need something for 2020, right? We need a vocalist now for 2020. Somebody who really, really understands good songwriting and has an awesome voice. They just spat out Johanna Sedonis. That's all they did. They're just like, cool. Let Captain Planet, let our powers combine. And then did this, like the Wonder Twins, and then out comes Johanna Sedonis. That's exactly how that worked. And she, oh man, she's awesome. The homie's great. Bomb, man, I'm telling you. And now with this dope riff, these cool rhythm fills and sections, and Johanna's voice, Midnight Phantom, to me, it might be my favorite track from this album. And that's saying a lot with an album that contains Ghost, Midnight Phantom, Leather Demon, the title track Lucifer, which is, it is, yet again, it's just nothing but a denim good time. You have the goat that kind of bads in the beginning, and then it's like a love letter to Lucifer, and you're like, okay, cool, no problem. I ain't got a problem with this. Because everybody, occult rock, what did I just say? And I'm telling you right now, it is one of the cooler moments on this entire album. But let's talk about Coffin Fever really quickly, because Coffin Fever harkens back to the original Doom roots that Lucifer has. And to me, the fact that they would create this track and acknowledge that, it is so cool. It's a little small thing that they didn't do on Lucifer 2 that makes sure that Lucifer 3 stays fresh. It is so much fun. Flanked by Snakes. Let me tell you something. This track, to me, is very reminiscent of Motorhead. Now, it doesn't have the speed of it, right? It doesn't necessarily have the gruffness of Motorhead, but it's the spirit of the track. I could easily see Lemmy if he was still with us, I could easily see Lemmy on a guest vocal on this track. Not a game. And it would be, I'd give my left pinky toe to have Johanna Sedonis and Lemmy share a track together. I'd give my left pinky toe for that, because it would be phenomenal. Two iconic voices like that, I'm telling you, it would be great. With these dope, I'm telling you, like Damage Case, almost Damage Case like riffs, because it reminds me of Damage Case a little bit in the spirit and how the riffs are being executed. Just a little slowed down. It's not as fast, but it gives that Damage Case overkill type of vibe. I love Flanked by Snakes. This album, I'm telling you right now, it's Lucifer 2 on roids. It is Lucifer 2 on roids, and it is phenomenal. It benefits from, because at this point they know what their formula is, right? They know how they want to sound. They know the identity of their band. And because of that, and because they have that level of awareness, this album benefits from it. I'm telling you right now, if you can't tell the excitement to me, I've already been listening to a whole bunch of albums this year. This might very well be my favorite. And this is not because I have some type of weird bias, because if it was poo, I'd tell you. If it was garbage, I wouldn't mind telling you. No, it is the complete and total opposite. This album, if you love rock and roll, if you love doom metal, if you love 70s psych and 70s cult rock, I'm telling you, this is right down your alley. I'm telling you right now. And then if you haven't listened to it, you're missing out on one of the best voices in rock and metal today. I'm telling you right, because Chelsea Wolfe is great. Chris Esfandiari from King Woman and Miserable is great. Emma Ruth Rundle is great. Kristen Hayter of Lingua Ignota is great. But Johanna Sedonis, is, I'm telling you, she's like the fifth member of this five-headed beast that people just have not acknowledged just yet. And I need it to happen. I need it to happen. I need it to happen. Listen to this album. It is so phenomenal. Just shout out to you, Evan. Just right there, just like that. The name of the album is Lucifer 3 by the band Lucifer. This album is out now on Century Media Records. Go out, buy this album, man. Buy you some merch. Support your bands, especially during this time. Support your bands. I am your man's Nic Rattlehead. And in spirit, behind this camera, off in California, is my man. What's your name again, man? Matt the Graff. We are Aftershock Reviews. And until next time, wash your hands, support your bands. Peace.